Okay, guys.
Tony Blair out of Guinea.
Are you going to read again?
Yeah.
Okay, please just put here. So, because the people don't hear about back.
Please, brothers, listen to the memorandum being read by Mr. Ibrahim, the representative of UFDG in the UK. Big hand for him. Yeah! Yeah!
Thank you, guys. So this letter is addressed to the British government. Your Right Honourable, we representative of the following opposition parties of the Republic of Guinea-Conakry, grouped under three main blocks known as the Collectif des Partis Politiques pour la Finalisation de la Transition, Alliance pour la Démocratie et le Progrès, et le Club des Républicains. The Guinean community organizations, Portal UK, currently residing in the United Kingdom, hereby request an urgent and active intervention of the British government in order to put an end in the current political crisis that has beset our country, Guinea. This crisis remains between President Alpha Conde and his government on the one hand, and the opposition parties on the other. Over 40 political parties are affiliated to the above opposition blocs. Firstly, we would like to stress that the political crisis in Guinea began soon after the presidential elections held on 7th of November 2010, from which Mr. Alpha Conde was declared President of the Republic of Guinea. The roots of the current crisis lie in Mr. Conde's policies and behavior as President. Ever since he was sworn in on 21st December 2010, he has been continuously abusing the laws of the land and the Constitution, and subsequently the crisis has gradually worsened, so far from political violence to ethnic-oriented repression. Several dozens of Guineans have been killed and over 1,000 more have been victims, wounded by bullets, arrested, tortured, raped, and vanished of the brutal repression of the Guinean security forces, including Mr. Conde's close protection guards, the Red Berets. Moreover, despite calls from the opposition and the civil society organization, Mr. Conde remains unable or unwilling to create a favorable environment for any form of constructive dialogue between the opposition parties and the government in order to find peaceful solutions to the situation. Though it is worth noting that the origin of all disputes and current violence is linked to the organization of the long-awaited parliamentary elections in Guinea. The controversy revolves around the following. The two joint contractors firms, Waymark and Sabari Technology, responsible for managing the voting register since early 2011, were unilaterally recruited by President Alpha Conde. Waymark is an unreliable firm which has been removed from the United Nations database since the 17th of September 2008. Waymark's records on managing electoral processes in Africa have been either very controversial or disastrous and bloody in several countries, including Zambia and Zanzibar. In Guinea, the hiring of both Waymark and Sabari Technology was neither legal nor transparent. Both firms were handed out very lucrative contracts without any bidding process as required by law. Therefore, would like to reiterate unambiguously that if these two unreliable firms are not replaced by a professional and trustworthy company, which will be hired according to our electoral laws, Guinea could inevitably descend into civil war. According to Guinea's electoral laws, the Guinean diaspora has the right to vote during both presidential and parliamentary elections. During the last presidential elections in 2010, Guinean civilians living in 18 countries were allowed to vote. That was 11 in Africa, 2 in North America, and 5 in Europe. Despite our campaigns, for some political reasons, Mr. Condé and his regime are vehemently opposed to any vote from the Guinean diaspora. As Guinean law authorizes this universal right to be exercised, the vote of the Guinean diaspora remains a sticking point in the dispute. For the opposition, it is a matter of respecting the rule of law and rights, whereas Mr. Condé, suspecting the electorate will not vote for his coalition again, the diaspora must be kept out of all costs.